My name's Deacon Byrd. I'm from Byrd, Indiana, and I was ordained April 30th, 2011 to the transitional diaconate at St. Meinrad. I've been in seminary for 5 years. I just finished my 5th year, and I'm going into my 6th year, my final year of formation for priesthood. And I'm looking forward to finishing up and getting into the parish and doing ministry. I like to play music. I write a lot of music, a lot of liturgical music. I love playing the piano and the organ, and that's kind of a prayer style for me too. So I like to read, believe it or not. Every now and then when I get free time, I like to read some non-theological seminary, something that I don't have to study. I like watching movies. I'm just a regular guy. I like to cook. I like to hang out with my friends. Just do basic stuff that everybody else likes to do. One of my hobbies, though, that I really do enjoy is making investments. I learned from Father Aaron Jenkins when I first started seminary. He kind of showed me how to make investments, and ever since then I've been making investments for other people, different priests and deacons, and I just recently started making my investments for myself when I'm finally ordained a priest. I like the history, I like the tradition, I like the continuity, the integrity of the Catholic Church. I was raised a Baptist, so first half of my life I was anti-Catholic, really. I didn't understand anything about Catholicism, and what I was taught in the church that I grew up in was a lot of misunderstanding, really. I was the kid on the playground that told all my Catholic friends that they were going to hell because they were Catholic. And it's kind of funny that I've ended up becoming a Catholic myself. I fell in love with the Eucharist when I was 16, merely accidentally. It wasn't, well, I guess nothing is an accident, but it was never part of my plan to be a Roman Catholic, and it most certainly was never, ever part of my plan to become a priest. But since I've become Catholic and since I've been in seminary and now that I'm an ordained deacon, I really have never been happier. I really feel fulfilled in what I'm doing and what God's calling me to. It's hard. I mean, to stand in the presence of all the people of God and see that they're hurting and all that, knowing that they're trying to be holy, hopefully that they're trying to be holy, and to minister to that, it's hard work. And I'm very grateful for God calling me to it. And it's through the church that this call came. So to say, what do I like about the church? Well, I like everything about the church. The week before my ordination, I was a nervous wreck. I held it together pretty well on the outside for most people, but those that are closest to me could tell that I was just nervous. And it wasn't like I was afraid of what was happening, or I was having second guessing it or having doubts or anything like that. I was just nervous because it was a big, significant change. And because there were only 2 of us getting ordained, and if one of us looked goofy, it was probably going to be me that, said I'd do at the wrong time. But I remember standing on the steps of the Archabbey Church at St. Meinrad. The weather was perfect that day. It was the octave of Easter, so it was it was the Saturday after Easter Sunday. And the sky was beautiful, it was nice, cool outside, and we're standing on the steps of the Archabbey Church, and I hear the music start up for the opening hymn, and my heart just started racing. And I really thought that I would be heavily emotional, just probably, kind of tearing up and a little shaky. And in those initial moments when I heard the music start up and saw the procession slowly start to go into the church, I kind of felt that a little bit. But then, I just said a little prayer, I asked the Lord, calm my heart and give me peace. And as soon as I stepped into the church, that nervousness and that tension just kind of lifted, and I was smiles all the way through. One of the sisters told me she's been to a lot of ordinations before, but she's never seen somebody smile quite as much as I did through that whole thing. And it was a very proud moment for me. I was proud of myself for making it to that point, but I was also happy and proud and even humbled with all the people that were there. and the church praying together through that liturgy. And there were moments during the liturgy where, I tend to crack jokes in my head. I remember lying prostrate on the floor during the Litany of Saints thinking, man, they're singing every saint that was ever canonized. It just seemed like it took forever. And I enjoyed it because I thought that would be one of those really powerful moments in the liturgy. But the powerful moment for me was when I knelt before the bishop and he imposed hands on me. And I could tell that he was really praying. And, somebody took a picture of that moment and they caught an angle of me where they could see me smiling. It's hard to explain exactly what all that felt like, other than there was a lot of joy and a lot of peace in the midst of all of it, in the celebration. I'm happy to be answering the call to priesthood. I'm glad that God has deemed me fit for this ministry. Sometimes I wonder how fit I am for it, but I rely that God has chosen me, and the best I can do is just say yes every day. And for anybody out there who questions whether they're fit for it or not, it doesn't matter if you think you are or not. If God's calling you, He's going to make it happen.